in earliest time we use the different devices to measure the time, but all these devices are not a perfect device to measure the time correctly. So today we are using different types of watches and clocks to measure the time correctly. Okay, like digital watch, table clock, watches, wall clocks. That means wall clock is the picture of the pendulum clock. So also we use the pendulum clock. Pendulum clock is first introduced by, that means, Galileo Galilei. So one type of watch is what? This is the stopwatch, is used in laboratory to measure the very fraction of time. It can measure a fraction of time interval. This nanosecond also it can measure. So it is a very effective. It is used in the laboratory. So in ancient times, that means different types of clocks are used, like sundial, water clocks, and sand clocks. So all are, that means, nowadays we are not using all these devices because they cannot give the exact time, so that we are not using, and we are using right now, that means we are using the different types of different devices to measure the time. Okay, after that we have to understand simple pendulum. We have to understand what the simple pendulum. Simple pendulum, that means one metallic bob is known as here the bob. Metallic bob, that means the black mark shows the bob. So one bob is suspended through a string. This makes the simple pendulum. Set O shows the minimum, that means mean position. A Point A shows the extreme position. Point B shows also the extreme position. Means in the simple pendulum, two extreme position and one mean position. Means one oscillation. What is one oscillation? If it covers one, if it repeat one, that means oscillation, then we can say that it covers one oscillation. Means one time movement of the bob is known as one oscillation. So if it starts from O and it comes to the O, then we can say it covers one oscillation. Time period is what? Covering. The time taken to cover one oscillation is known as the time period. Time taken to cover one oscillation is known as what? Time period. So it is very important. After that, the next thing is that amplitude. What is amplitude? Amplitude, the maximum displacement of the either side of the O position. Because here we can say, here we can see here, that means O to A. The distance from O to A is maximum displacement. This one is known as amplitude of the bob or amplitude of the pendulum. So either side we can take the amplitude, like O, distance from O to A, or distance from O to B. So we can take the either side the amplitudes. After that, representation of the data on the graph graphically. Also we use the graph to represent the data, that means graphically. So this